Once again, I will not show the brand, but I will show you the box, the size that is printed on it, the staples that you need to continue on with your stretching experience. And that is it. You get all that information right there, and that's all you need to know. Okay, you go to any hardware store. They have them. They're fairly cheap, couple bucks for a box of 1,000. And basically buy yourself a nice staple gun. You know, I've had this one for over a year, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. It is the same brand as the staples I bought, and I find it to be very helpful. You kind of got to gauge how many staples you do use. The gun will only take about that much, so you want to load it completely up because you will go through quite a few staples, especially on a anywhere between a 36 and 48 inch canvas, and you want to make it nice. You might have to refill. Don't think you didn't plan ahead or you didn't get it right the first time, because you know, look, you see I put too many staples in there. Okay, so we break that off, put that aside, and close it back up. Okay, sometimes it gets jammed, but don't worry, it goes back down in there. And then you close it up, and you're ready. I'm trying to find a good vantage point where you're going to see all this. So, basically what you want to do, get the canvas you cut. And the important part of this is getting it aligned in the very beginning. You definitely do not want to have an out of aligned piece of canvas when you first start your stretching. So, okay. And you fold over the top, get the desired amount you want, and then flip the bottom underneath and put in your first staple. You want to be real careful. Like I said, you want to make sure you have equal length on both sides. Equal length on both sides. Equal length on the bottom. Okay, then you take your first thing, you tighten it up a little bit, not too tight, you'll get wrinkles. You just want enough to roll it over the stretcher bar, and you put your first staple in. You tighten up the edges, you sweep it out to the side, and you put another staple approximately 4 inches to the left of it. And then you repeat the process to the right, making sure the overlapped length over the stretcher bar is equal. Making sure that you cut it even, because when you cut it uneven, it's not going to be equal. You just kind of got to eyeball and get it really close. It takes experience and time. But you move to the right of the first center staple, and you make another 4-inch staple to the right of that. You then grab the bottom, you flip it upside down. You always want to do the short ends first. The short ends first. And you repeat the process by putting a little tension on the canvas, a little tension sweeping the wrinkles out to the sides, sweeping, making sure you're even there, get a little tightness in it, and you staple. Staple and staple. Now this takes practice. You're not going to get it the first time, and if you do, my hat's off to you, and you'll probably be the next greatest thing come to this world. But okay, this is the long edges, and you basically, you're doing the same thing, but you've got a little more length to work with, and you have to make sure you do it right. So you start in the center like you did on the other, work your way out, work your way out, work your way out on the edges, making sure everything is even. And you staple to the left, pull it down, get your wrinkles out, pull it down, get your wrinkles out, pull it down. Sometimes you just go to the right, and sometimes you don't get it perfect. It's just trial and error. It's just that way it works. You flip it upside down, you go to the other side, the other long side. You get it a little tug, get a little tension on it, and you start in the middle again. And to the left, and to the right. And then you start rotating it. This is what I call going around in a square-like circle. And you just basically work your way out. Staple it out approximately 2 to 3 inches from the staples you set in the very beginning. And as you work your way out, you slowly twist the canvas over the stretcher bar. That's what they're there for, to stretch the canvas over. But let me tell you, you don't need to stretch it real tight to get it without any wrinkles. You know, I mean, there's tricks to getting the wrinkles out. But as you will learn, if you just manipulate it just right, with just a little tension, a little love and caring, you can get it all done. Okay. Now sometimes I don't go to the long edge, and I just go what I did the first time around, from short end to short end, then long end to long end. You can do it either way. You can go short end to long end to short end to long end, or you can go to short end, long end, long end. I know that sounds confusing, but if you think about it, it makes sense. And you can finish stapling. Staple along, and at the same time you're twisting your hand over the bar and pulling down at the same time. Always giving a nice tug to make it nice and tight. And you follow through to the very end. And you make sure all the wrinkles are out and it's nice and tight. And that you have achieved a good canvas. Now I got a little wrinkle in here, and it's a little bit of the offset. Don't worry about it, because you just put a staple in between the other staples, and it'll tighten any imperfections up. Okay. We're gonna staple it here, and we're going to work out the wrinkles. We got wrinkles in this one. Sometimes it does that when you make it a little too tight, or you don't cut it right. But that's just what you got to learn. I mean, if you don't know how to do that, and you don't know how to work through that, you know, you're going to have problems. So, okay, it's all done, except for one corner over here. And in the corners you can grab like this. Get a handful like this. You don't want to pull too tight or you'll tear it. And just put your knuckles under and stretch it like that. Stretch it like that. And put the stapler and staple it. Okay, if the staple doesn't go in all the way, put one right beside it. Good thing to have is a screwdriver like that. And you take out that staple. Remember to sweep them up. You get them in your feet, and that is not fun. Okay, so we're going to set this up here. And as you can see, besides the wrinkles in the canvas that are from the rolling process, see them in there? See that? That's not from me. That's from imperfections in the canvas that was rolled. It wasn't rolled tight enough. But you know, you go through here and you might want to knock off some of these fuzzies. But as you can see, all the wrinkles are out. If you are concerned, and some people are concerned with these little wrinkles, all you have to do is gesso it. with a little bit of water. Mix a little bit of warm water with your gesso and apply it to the canvas, usually starting from this side and working your way into the middle, and then from this side working your way into the middle, then from up here down, and down here up to where you get a box in the middle, and it will tighten and draw it all in. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful, and this is coming to an end, this video. You got to be careful that you don't stretch it too tight, because when you apply the gesso and get those wrinkles out, it will warp the frame. Okay, that's all I have to say, and this is your lesson for stretching a canvas in 10 minutes and 33 seconds. Thank you, and I'll see you again on my next video. Bye.